Drop suggestion.
Hi, this is Simon and welcome to another marvelous video. One of the titans of the comic book industry, Marvel Comics, is known for having a diverse variety of characters, including superheroes and villains, ranging from Captain America, the First Avenger, to Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. Marvel has many superheroes that are beloved by all comic readers. In today's video, we're taking a look at a villain, well, more of an anti-hero to one of the most adored superheroes around the world, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The web slinger has multiple villains that have battled him over the years. A major antagonist of Spider-Man was the alien symbiote called Venom. We are not looking at the origin story of Venom, but the spawn of his offspring, Carnage. Scorn was the second child of Carnage, while Toxin was the first. Now let us take a look at the alien symbiote known as Scorn. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Scorn, the second spawn of Carnage, origin explored. Symbiote known as Scorn was created by Zeb Wells and Clayton Crane and made its first appearance in Carnage issue number 4 as Scorn, the symbiote, but Tanis Neves, the Doctor who was the host of Symbiote, known as Scorn, made an appearance in Carnage issue 1. Human greed for profit brought the Carnage symbiote back to Earth from space, where it was ripped into pieces by the superhero known as Sentry. Michael Hall brought back the symbiote and its host, Cletus Kasady, back to Earth because he wanted the symbiote to create a new set of suits and prosthetics with the symbiote embedded inside it. When Hall's team of scientists were removing the symbiote from Cletus Kasady, they realized that the symbiote had starved itself to the point of death to keep its host alive. Michael Hall decided to use the villain Shriek to keep the symbiote in check, while he harvested the symbiote in order to keep the murderous villain called Shriek in control. The psychiatrist that was assigned to her, Tanis Neves, was also brought along, but an attack from a doppelganger, a monstrous version of Spider-Man who was trying to rescue Shriek, cost Dr. Tanis Neves her arm. Michael Hall fitted the Doctor with one of his prosthetic arms, made from the Carnage symbiote, but things went horribly wrong when Dr. Tanis Neves went near the Carnage symbiote, which was kept contained in a storage facility. The symbiote in her arm goes wild and takes over her. She ends up killing several security officers and scientists until the symbiote in her arm breaks open the storage facility that Carnage is kept inside and bonds with the rest of the symbiote. Spider-Man and Iron Man quickly arrive at the scene after they confront Michael Hall about his unethical and crazy business decisions. The armored Avenger and Spider-Man try to subdue Dr. Tanis Neves before the Carnage symbiote completely bonded with her, which Spider-Man recognized that the symbiote had not done yet because of its violent acts of aggression. Spider-Man's previous encounters with the alien symbiote provided him with an insight into the creature's thinking, but the symbiote quickly fled the flight. The symbiote, possessed by Tanis Neves, breaks into the secure holding cell where Cletus Kasady was healed using Michael Hall's technology. Carnage reunited with his host and, well, they started wreaking carnage. Iron Man and Spider-Man arrive to defeat Carnage, but they have a hard time doing so as Carnage is able to access the operating system of Iron Man's suit. It was during this time as Iron Man and Spider-Man were fighting when Shriek, in her jealous girlfriend mode, started harassing Dr. Tanis Neves, and she had another symbiote incubating in her prosthetic arm. Shriek takes the symbiote after Dr. Tanis Neves cuts off the prosthetic arm in order to silence the voice in her head. Shriek quickly takes the symbiote for herself and joins the fight between Carnage and Iron Man. Carnage is displeased with her interference and tells her to go kill some civilians, which she loves doing. Carnage goes back to battling with Iron Man and Spider-Man while Shriek happily starts manipulating civilians to murder each other. Shriek taunts Dr. Tanis Neves, forcing her to watch people kill each other. Horrified at all the carnage, Tanis Neves finally accepts the bond offered by the symbiote, which she has been rejecting until then. The symbiote, who was scared by the malice oozing out of Shriek, happily went back to its original host. The newly born symbiote called themselves Scorn and forced Shriek to use her sonic powers to weaken Carnage. The forced usage of her powers altered something in Shriek's brain, and she went into a coma. The weakened Carnage soon realized that it would be annihilated by the duo of Iron Man and Spider-Man, so he quickly made an escape from the place. The new symbiote and its host were transferred to Tony Stark. They were put under his custody so that he could help track down the Carnage symbiote Marvelous story arcs of Scorn, Carnage across the United States of America. After Cletus Cassidy flees from his flight with Iron Man and Spider-Man, he tracks down Michael Hall and tortures him. It can be seen in the comics that Cletus Cassidy enjoys listening to Michael Hall scream as the doppelganger plays with Michael Hall. As part of his comeback, Carnage takes over the city of Doverton in Colorado. Scorn is sent in as part of the Mercury team to take down Carnage. The team was outclassed as Carnage had the entire town in his control, and even the Avengers, who initially came to defeat him. While the rest of the Mercury team fights off Carnage and his minions, Scorn builds a device called a Symbiote separator, which could separate the Carnage symbiote from its Cletus Cassidy. With the help of Venom, Scorn defeats Carnage and collects the separated symbiote into a container. The Rebirth of Carnage. When the symbiote god Knull was awakening, Scorn was affected and became the leader of a cult that worked towards Knull's awakening. They retrieved the corpse of Cletus Cassidy, who was thought to be the prophet of Knull. The Grendel symbiote was used to revive Cletus Cassidy, but Knull and Cletus Cassidy fought over control of the body. Scorn offered its codex, which would be similar to Carnage's codex, so that the situation could be resolved, but Cletus Cassidy devoured Scorn rather than extracting that codex through surgery. This marks the end of Dr. Tanis Neves, and the fate of the symbiote Scorn is unknown. Scorn appearance in Marvel's Spider-Man. Scorn makes an appearance in the season finale of Marvel's 2017 animated series Spider-Man. The series was a replacement for the Ultimate Spider-Man series. In the final episode of the third season, titled Maximus Carnage, Venom summons an extraterrestrial being to destroy the planet. Spider-Man tries to stop this attack and the nefarious plans of Norman Osborn, or the Dark Goblin. So how does Scorn fit into the series? Well, Scorn is portrayed as the sister of Venom, who was created by Knull, the symbiote god, to be a member of the Symbiote Sisters. That sounds like a bad name for a rock band. The Symbiote Sisters consisted of Scream, Scorn, and Mania, and had powerful abilities such as shape-shifting and super strength. What makes Scorn so powerful? In the world of comics and superheroes, characters are often defined by their unique powers and abilities. These powers and abilities become an integral part of their identity, shaping who they are and how they interact with the world around them. With Iron Man's incredible suits of armor filled with weaponry, Spider-Man's agility and spider-like senses, Hulk's transformation into a giant, rage-filled beast, Thor's superhuman strength and his hammer, each superhero has their distinct powers and gadgets that make them unique. So let us take a look at the powers that make Scorn so powerful. The Scorn symbiote blessed its host with superhuman strength. Scorn is the sister of Toxin, who was stronger than both his parent symbiote, Carnage and Venom. Together, this strength can be used to jump distances that would be considered impossible for a human being. Scorn's superhuman durability grants them an injury resistance that is greater than Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage all combined together. The symbiote acts like armor for its host, protecting the host from bullets, high-impact forces, and powerful energy blasts. The Scorn symbiote grants its host phenomenal stamina along with speed, agility, as well as superhuman reflexes. Scorn also has regeneration capabilities that can heal injuries that the hosts sustain at a rate that would put Wolverine to shame. Diseases that have no cures, such as cancer, can even be cured by the symbiote. The daughter of Carnage has a similar wall-crawling ability to Spider-Man, which enables them to cling to any surface. Wall crawling was not the only ability that Scorn copied from Spider-Man. Scorn has also extrasensory ability, just like Superman's spider senses, or as Aunt May in the Marvel Cinematic Universe calls it, Peter Tingle. Scorn is also immune to Spider-Man's spider sense, as he was a host to Venom, the symbiote. This was explained by Spider-Man to Iron Man when the secured facility of Michael Hall and Spider-Man's spider sense did not activate. The similarities to Spider-Man do not end there, with Scorn having the ability to shoot organic webbing. Just like Spider-Man, Scorn uses the webbing to swing from building to building or trap someone. The incredibly strong webbing looks like Ghost Rider decided to become a spider-themed hero with its dark purple, tendril-like appearance. The symbiote Scorn also has the ability known as genetic memory, memory, which makes obtaining information for the symbiote as easy as pie. The symbiote uses the ability to extract information from its host, other people, and symbiote by touch. The symbiote can copy the appearance of any clothing, an ability any fashion-interested person would kill to have, and camouflage itself to any terrain. Similar to the webbing, Scorn also has tentacle-like limbs protruding from its body to restrain someone or as a surprise for their enemies in combat. Scorn has extreme control over its body and the body of its host, which enables it to enlarge, stretch, or shrink parts of its body. The tracking capabilities of the symbiote Scorn are so advanced that it is capable of detecting anyone, which includes other symbiotes and their offspring, just with the help of scent. As Scorn was born from a technologically advanced piece of equipment which was basically Tannisnee's prosthetic arm, Scorn is able to merge with any kind of weapon or technology. Scorn is able to take over any technology just like its parent Carnage, as is demonstrated against Iron Man, who is known to have the most secure security systems in place for his suits of armor. Scorn is cyberlingual. To the less technologically savvy people, it means that Scorn can communicate with all forms of technology. That definitely makes hacking into systems easier. Scorn can also manipulate data, making machinery more efficient and analyze data on a larger scale. The symbiote Scorn has similar weaknesses to other symbiotes, which are fire, high-pitched sound, which was demonstrated in the third installment in Sam Raimi's 2007 Spider-Man movie starring Tobey Maguire, where the symbiote Venom is seen getting subdued by a church's bell, and symbiote inhibitor drugs. Guess drugs are bad for alien symbiote as well as humans. Marvelous verdict. The alien symbiotes that are web-slinging hero battles may be inherently evil and destructive, but their connection to their host creates a fascinating dynamic, blurring the lines between hero and villain. What sets Scorn apart is the way in which the character challenges our understanding of morality and free will. By bonding with their hosts, symbiote offer a seductive promise of power and control, but at the cost of their host's autonomy. This creates a conflict within the character that is both emotional and physical, as they struggle to maintain control over their own minds and bodies, which can be seen in the host of Scorn. But the sense of excitement and danger that such characters bring to the Marvel Universe makes it even more fascinating to the fans. Their love for violence and chaos ensures that every encounter is a thrilling and unpredictable experience. The symbiotic Scorn of Marvel Comics offers a fascinating tale about superheroes and villains. So if you liked our content, do not forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button on your way out. Have a good one.